What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jib. So you've clicked on this video because you want to improve, you want to play in tournaments, and you want to get that sweet prize money. Or you've clicked on this video to see this beautiful face. Either way, here are the 4 main things that will elevate your game. The number 4, well, that isn't what you would expect. So number 1 is the thing that will elevate your game the most. In my opinion, this is what signifies the difference between a good player and an outstanding player. Core management is the biggest skill difference in this game, and most people set it aside and don't think it's that important, when truthfully, it's the complete opposite. I'll give you an example. You and your opponent are on 1 life. You have a Dragonaga Assassin and a Dark Knight Aglavale. Your opponent has Horn Grizzly with Confront and a Ray Needle. Neither of you have any cards in hand, and you have 3 normal cores and a Soul Core. How do you distribute the cores? I'll give you 5 seconds to decide. The reason I use these cards is because the amount of different plays and different outcomes there are. You could put 2 cores on each and have the Soul Core and Dark Knight Aglavale, giving them both Curse and 3k BP. You could put 3 cores on Dragonaga and the Soul Core on Aglavale and just straight up not attack. But if you do that, then you hope and pray that your opponent doesn't draw a Spirit. The most optimal way in this scenario, in my opinion, can I add, is put 1 normal core in Aglavale and the remaining cores on Dragonaga, and then swing with Dragonaga. This will draw your card during your attack step, which means that your opponent will not have the extra card, and you hopefully didn't draw a Spirit. So if they are to block and you ended up drawing, let's say, Deadly Balance or something, you could swing, flash, and go for game. There are other examples, but I felt this had the most different outcomes for core management, so that's why I've chose these 2 cards. Core management is also leaving enough cores on the board to still be able to take cores off Spirits and play Magic or Burst cards. For instance, what picture is correct if you want to activate an Ice Shield? Picture 1 or picture 2? If you guessed picture 2, then you're correct. You have enough cores to keep all of your Spirits alive and pay for the Ice Shield. If you said picture 1, well, congratulations, you survived the attack. But now you have no Spirits, and in your turn you've lost all your reduction, and now you're using more cores to regain your entire board. Number 2 is what I like to call learn your route, or route if you're American. What do I mean by this? Each deck wants to do something different, so you must learn what to play and when to play it to optimize your deck's performance. For instance, if I'm playing the yellow starter deck, I want to get a ton of 2 costs down while 3 stalls on the board, and I want to continuously cycle through them and keep my card draw as high as possible until I feel comfortable enough to put Calamity Beast down to finish the game. I do not want to place Calamity Beast when there are no other Spirits on the board, because that's the complete opposite of what the deck wants to do. Each deck has a route that it wants to follow, and as the deck's pilot, you must figure out what your deck's route is. Number 3 is study the rainbow. No, I don't mean look for a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Come on now, focus here, people. I mean study each individual colour, even if you never plan on playing them. Me personally, I play white and purple at the moment. Come on, green and blue. And I've probably played a total of 4 to 5 matches as yellow. However, I know yellow probably the most out of all of the colours. Now, why is that? 1, because it counters white in a lot of ways. 2, because yellow magic is scary when used correctly. And 3, you can hold me to this as well, by the way, I think that yellow will be one of the biggest threats in a few sets' time. All of the information is at your disposal, and I'll put a link in the description to the card database. Go through it, learn the cards, and look for things that will counter your deck and think of ways around it. So number 4 is controversial, but hear me out on it, and I promise it will make sense in the end. Don't just play meta decks. Now, this isn't me saying don't play meta decks. I'm just saying don't just play meta decks. Go out of your way and experiment. See if there are any combos that people haven't thought of. Try new shit. I have found a new combo that elevated one of my store fun, happy go fun decks to my next possible tournament deck. And the only reason I found that combo was because I accidentally dropped my cards and 2 of them kind of fell together. I ended up reading them and realized how broken it was, and it fitted in my deck. So I was like, okay, this needs to happen. You will stumble across the combo and think, oh, that could work. And for all we know, you could be the person that comes up with the counter to Elk Enterprise. So just experiment.